Hello, 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 Facebook. How we doing? Hello, everyone. We're here. We're back. Back. Episode 4. Man Talk. How we doing? Hey, Benny Cox. Hey, Christian. How we doing, chat? How is everyone? Ooh, Gary G. Hello, hello, Man Shake men out there. How we doing, guys? We good? And Lady Shake, ladies. All right. Episode 3, here we are, we're back. They haven't got rid of us, we're back for more. So we'll quickly go through with who we are in case you don't know, which you may not, you might be new, you might know us, you might not know us. We'll go through who we are. So why don't we start, we'll go with Lloyd this week. Let's start with Lloyd. There we go, Lloyd's up. Perfect. Who do you want to go next, Lloyd? You pick this time, buddy. We go Ash. Here's Ash.
Every single day, new video out there for everybody to see. My hobbies include, I follow the Parramatta Eels. I'm one of those unfortunates. I've never seen them win a premiership. Hopefully this is their year. I love cars. I work on my own Toyota Supra. And other than that, I just love spending time with the fam bam and eating copious amounts of KFC when I get the chance.
Apparently there's no sound.
Hey.
God.
Take two.
Jurd, you had one job, mate. One job, honestly.
How are we going, guys? I am Lloyd. I am from Maryborough, Victoria. I own a cafe restaurant named Railway Cafe and Tracks Bar. I'm also a dad. And so when I'm not at work, I love spending time with him. I love playing music and writing music. Play a bit of PlayStation, and I'm a man shake man, and I've lost 40 kilos since last year, and yeah, love it. That's why I'm here.
All right, we'll go back to Ash. Hello, Ash. We probably missed the start of yours, mate. Go for it.
I nailed it the first time around. I got to do it again. All right, what did I do last time?
Do it again.
Hey, everybody, I'm Ash, otherwise known as That Fat Guy. I have been doing a daily vlog of my weight loss journey on YouTube, and I've been using the Manshake to do it. I've so far lost, I think it's like 36 kilos since January. Absolutely loving every single day of it, and you can catch me on YouTube for that. My hobbies include, I follow the Parramatta Eels. I guess you can call that a hobby. I've never seen them win a premiership. I'm 32 years old, so I'm the 32-year curse. This is their year. And I love working on cars. I work on my own Toyota Supra. I absolutely love doing it. And other than that, I love spending time with my Fam Bam and hearing my own echo. That's insane.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We got you, Tim. We're good now.
Cool. I mean, like, no one was answering me. I'm like, can you hear me? And there was nothing. I was like, oh god, they're gonna switch to me, and no one can hear me.
We had some gremlins, i.e., I hit the wrong button, but we're good now, I believe.
Excellent. Hi, my name's Tim. I'm from Newcastle, New South Wales. I'm also a Parramatta Eels supporter, and my forte is gaming. I'm actually Jurd's a gamer as well, but I've been streaming on Twitch for about 3.5 years now. Just celebrated some big milestones. Just having a great time playing games and entertaining people. And I'm also a single father, to a lovely little boy named Henry. He's my absolute world. And I've been, using Manshake and playing video games and streaming and creating content now for quite a while. And I'm happy to be part of this podcast.
That's great having you here, Tim. Not sure whether we can hear Jurd.
Yeah, Jurd. What is happening?
Hello. Hi, guys. How are we? Are we okay? Is everyone all right? Hello, chat. I'm sorry. Anyone that knows me knows this is amateur hour. I try my best. I'm Jurd, also known as Jurd Man.
He's the producer. We blame him.
Blame me for everything. I used to look like that.
That's just not good enough, mate.
I used to look like that guy there. I started last year at 170 kilos. I'm now 88. I'm maintaining. I don't go for an NRL team. I go for Arsenal in the Prem League. We've won a couple.
For the Broncos.
He's a Broncos supporter.
I don't think I've ever seen a photo of me in a Broncos jersey. I stream on Twitch. You can get me at Jurdman on Twitch. I have a few of the Manshake boys coming in, so we're having a great time. Anyway, that's it. I'm here to have fun. All right, we'll go back to the main screen. There we go. Okay, I think I've sorted the problem out.
Was it gremlins in the machine?
This gremlin. That's okay. We sorted
Mate, this chat so far is the Brisbane Broncos of Mantles.
it. It's not that bad, surely. All right. So, first things first, Tim.
Yes.
Now, last week when we were starting, when we were finishing, you put out a giveaway out there. So, what are you giving away?
I'm giving away a bag of caramel Manshake, a bag of vanilla Manshake, a box of the peanut butter bars because peanut butter is yuck, and a container of the birthday Manshake.
There's no birthday cake on that photo there. I don't know what you're talking
Filthy
about.
mitts off it, Jurd.
I don't see any. Oh, there it is. It's right there.
It's not a full bag of shake, but it is a container of it, limited edition.
It's a couple of slices of cake.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good.
So what we're going to do? The lucky winner of this. What you need to do in chat tonight. Lloyd's come up with some concoction. He's our resident scientist. He's come up with a new concoction. You've got to guess what flavour he's made, and we're going to show a video at the end and see who won. The first person who guesses it correctly, Ash, it's on you. Ash is keeping score. That fat guy's keeping score. First one to correctly identify the flavour gets that loot. Give me the loot. All right, so that's it.
So guess flavour, new recipes that Lloyd has come up with. The culinary beard of knowledge. This one. And if anyone guesses it correctly, first person to get it wins. I won't be announcing the winner until the end.
If you ever do an autobiography, that needs to be the title of it, Lloyd. Right there.
That's right.
He just gave it to you. That's it.
Culinary beard of knowledge.
Thank Dale Smith for that one.
Oh,
thank you very much, Dale.
Yeah. Oh, copyright. I love it. All right. So this episode, Tim, do you want to chat about why specifically we're doing this episode and why we're touching on this topic? Do you want to chat about that?
Yeah, I would. So last week, unfortunately, a streamer called Wreckful, he took his own life. Age 31. He was very big in World of Warcraft, and he's essentially a streaming pioneer. He's one of the OGs, and unfortunately, he did take his own life, and it is due to that I thought we should really delve into mental health, and we should talk about not only moments in our life where we've decided to make a change, but also about the stigma around mental health, speaking about mental health, and how it's really important that as men we get rid of that stigma, that it's that men need to shut up, that men need to keep quiet. I think it's really important that as especially in this community that like we encourage men to come forward and talk about their problems, because there's very much a mentality in today's society that having mental issues is not normal, and also that men should just shut up and deal with it personally. And I am very much against that theory and that line of thought. So I thought we should spend tonight not only talking about the moments that changed us to make that, or the moments that we hit to make the change in our own life, but even moments that was just where we found ourselves in a rough spot, and the ways that we've moved forward and moved past that, and encourage people to seek out help, because there are so many useful resources out there for people to use. And also just my condolences as well to the family of Wreckful. Like, I can't imagine what they're all going through at the moment.
I think it's one of those things where your actions and what you do can affect other people adversely and positively. So I think you're either a person in the world that's trying to be good into the world, or bring negative thoughts into the world. So you don't know what people are going through in their everyday life. It doesn't take a lot to, especially someone that's battling with weight issues or battling with mental health issues or something, it doesn't take them a lot to slide and to slip and to fall into that hole where they can't see any light at the end of the tunnel. Mm-hmm. So I think it's important that people really, look, I'm not an expert. Like I'm not an expert. I'm just a normal bloke. But what you say and what you do to people can really affect them more than you think it's going to affect them. Like,
well, I threw a hashtag out there. It ain't weak to speak, and it really, really isn't. And it's amazing how society is nowadays, that people will suffer this in complete silence. They won't say anything, and until it takes like one person have the courage to say, like in a conversation, people, "Oh, I feel this way," or "I'm depressed, I have anxiety." It's not until then that other people tend to just come out of the woodwork, and you find that most people, more than not, would be suffering from some sort of mental demon, and it is absolutely like all right to speak. And if you need to have a cry, if you need to unload on someone, do it, because you never know, they might be struggling as well, and they might need to have an open forum about it.
I can relate to this 100%. A lot of it has to do with why I started doing the Manshake as well. I was going through a pretty rough patch there, and I was in a really downward spiral for a long time there, and actually opening up to my wife and telling her the way that I felt, and actually speaking to just one of my close mates who was going through a pretty similar thing at the time, all definitely helped into getting to where I am today.
I think one of the biggest problems that we have in today's society is, like, we have really great initiatives like Are You Okay Day. But the problem also with Are You Okay Day is that when you say to someone, "Are you okay?" and they say, "No, I'm not," some people will like, "Shit, what do I do next?" Like, I'm not a trained professional. I'm, none of us are trained professionals, unless, like in psychiatry and psychology. But the thing is that we're not taught what to happen after that conversation takes place. So if you say to someone, "Are you okay?" and they say no, like, what do we do next? There's no real instruction manual there. So I think the problem where we really have to target that area is when someone says, "No, I'm not okay," you say, "Right, okay, well, you talk to me and I'm going to listen to what you have to say. I'm not going to give you advice. I'm not going to give you the answers, but I'm going to give you the direction to find help, to go here, to talk to these people." Like, that's where I think the conversation needs to be had, because asking someone if they're okay is the first step. getting them the help they need is the second step after that. And, you know, like it's why a lot of content creators, I know, when people come into their chat and they're like, oh, I'm feeling, you know, talking about suicide and things like that. They're like, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I say? I could say the wrong thing. And it's like, it's not your responsibility to talk that person off the ledge, but you can point them in the direction of someone who can. And that's where I think we really need to have a conversation in this country about that.
Yeah. Well, Tim, if it's at all possible, maybe just while we're having this chat, if you could post a couple of links to some sources, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those things too where you can ask someone how you're going, and just out of instinct they just go, "Yeah, I'm going good," and they cannot be going good, and it's just an impulse to say, "Yeah, I'm good," and like, but you don't like unless you feel comfortable chatting to whoever you're chatting to, you're not going to really open up. I think you need to find those people that you know, and they might not tell you that you can trust them and that, but you know people who you can go to if you need to have a chat with anyone. You know your circle of friends. You know who you can go to and have a chat. You're not alone out there. Like, you might think sometimes you are alone, but you're not. There's so many people going through the same thing. Well, maybe not the same thing, but similar things. So it's
quite often you feel like you're a burden to everyone, like unloading your problems onto other people. Like people have got their own problems and you sort of feel like, I don't want to dump my problems on other people, but it's not the case at all. Like, that's what friends and loved ones are there for. These are the people that care about you, and they want to know if you're hurting. So opening up to people, and even if you're not comfortable with talking to people around you, like what Tim said, reach out to the people that want to help. Goes a long way.
Yeah, and I think any of us, like, and I know we're just four random dudes, but with the Manshake Men and the community that we've got there's so many blokes that would be more than happy to lend an ear to anyone. Like,
100%.
You know, like if you're out there and you feel like you need to chat to someone, just hit any of us up or anyone like else on the group. Like, everyone's so happy to help. We have a no dickhead policy for a reason. It's great. So,
and the thing is that we don't ever. The whole time that I've been in that chat, I've only ever in that group. I've only ever seen one dickhead, like that, and that's it. And that's a testament to how positive that group can be. I've only ever seen one person get removed. So no,
it's good. So we've got what was the moment. So who will we start with? I'll start with myself. Why not? We'll start with me. My moment. The reason I started this was, I'll get rid of that thing. There we go. This photo. Now I had another photo, which is my big face that probably a lot of people have seen. My big face. This is a photo that I saw that I thought I need to make a change, because if I don't make a change, these kids aren't going to have a dad. So when my sister took this photo at the start of last year in January, I thought, they deserve better. I deserve better. My wife deserves better. So this was the big moment for me, that I looked and thought, I was just tired of carrying the weight, physically and mentally. Like, you feel like shit. You just feel like utter shit. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to, any event you go to, your clothes don't fit, and you just fall into that cycle of feeling terrible, and then you eat because you feel terrible. It's just an endless cycle. So this is the photo. For me, that was my moment that I thought my kids deserve better, and I need to be around for my kids. I lost my father 5 years ago to lung cancer. I didn't want them losing me to a heart attack. So that's the photo. So, and since then, that was me in October. January to October, that is it. And that's so good. And that's me 11 kilos ago. So I want to go back and get another photo. Now I've lost another 11 kilos since then. But for me, that was the moment. I knew that I needed to change for the family, because you can't go on living like that. Like, something's going to break, and it's probably going to be you.
It's amazing the difference in those photos, not only in terms of your sheer size, but even as you as you are presenting yourself. You just look so much more confident just in your stature. So, mate, you absolutely killed it.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't we go to you, Ash? You were just chatting. We'll go to you. Let's go to Ash.
All right. Yeah, that moment. It seems to always be a photo of yourself where someone takes that photo and tags you, and oh, there it is.
That's nothing worse than that, is there?
Yeah,
You get that tag on Facebook.
Yeah, and you look at it, you're just like, oh. That was a photo at an engagement dinner that's for myself and Angela, and I looked at it when I was tagged, and I'm like, I'm not in this photo, and I had to like double take and just be like, wow, is that what I look like to the rest of the world? Because you have that self-image of yourself that you look in the mirror every day, and you know you're fat. You know you're overweight. You know your belts look like the whips from Indiana Jones. You know that you're bursting buttons on your pants and all sorts of stuff. Your clothes don't fit, and you go into the big sections in the shops, but you kind of live in a state of denial. And then I saw that photo. I was like, oh my God, I need to make a change. And this is a few years back. I made that change, and then I did it. I did the hard slog. I did 5 days at the gym, did intermittent fasting, full year, and I only lost like 34 kilos, which I say only is a fair amount, and I was pretty happy with where I was. But then I fell off the wagon, and I gained it all back, and then some, to 160 kilos. And I was looking at my daughter one day, and I was thinking to myself, I need to be around for her. My body size was affecting my relationship with my, the person I want to spend my life with, my, Angela, and it was affecting my health to the point where I got a letter, and I keep that letter right there on that notice board, and it says, "You are at extremely high risk of getting diabetes too. You are in pre-diabetes right now. If you keep going down this track, that's it." And that was after I did a stint in hospital for some unrelated sinus. Well, it's kind of related because I suffer from obstructive sleep apnea, and it actually forced my lovely fiance out of our bed. She couldn't sleep with me because I was so loud. I was keeping her up. I was putting a strain on our relationship, putting a strain on my body, putting a strain on everything, and I was so depressed and just feeling like nothing. Absolutely nothing. And thankfully, that's when I saw, Jurd's story about the man shake. And New Year rolled around. I'd recovered from my surgery, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a red hot crack at this. And here I am, like, honestly, it's going on 6 months later, and I feel like I've turned my whole life around. And I can't thank all of the people that are on my channel that have subscribed and commented and encouraged me, everyone on the Man Shake Men page, for giving me that support to get to where I am now. And it's just, that was the start of an absolute moment, that photo. And ups and downs.
Smashed it. And that's when I got approached to do that story. A current affair I wasn't overly fussed on doing, to be perfectly honest. And the one reason I kept coming back to was exactly what you've just said. If I can put myself out there and let blokes realize they can do it, and it worked for you, and you've done it, and you're inspiring people, like, it's word of mouth. And that's the main reason I did it, was to get the word out there and help other blokes out there. Like, it was scary to do it. It really was scary. And I'm glad that it's helped put the rocket up you, so to speak, and now you're putting up the rocket up other people. Like, it's amazing. So it's the circle of life.
I don't ever sing that.
It moves us on.
No. But look, before we get to the next person, I really want to get to the next person. Just a quick reminder out there, the Culinary Beard of Knowledge has come up with a new Man Shake blended flavor. Put your guesses in below. I'm watching the live chat, so anyone who guesses the new concoction, let us know. He's come up with a couple already, Snickers and Jaffa.
Man.
So, and a couple others, I think. But put your guesses below, and you can win a few bags of Man Shake and some Man Bars, absolutely beautifully donated by Tim. And I think, Tim, that means it's your turn, mate. Let us know.
All right.
There's a photo there.
Have you got the one?
I've got that other one. Let me find that other one. Is that the one? There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, just give me a second. So this photo this photo was taken the very day after I split up with my partner of 10 years. I'm going to give you an insight into what was going through that man's head. He had no self-worth. He hated himself. He had contemplated taking his own life. I had been in a toxic, one-sided relationship for about 2 years, where I literally just didn't. I put up with stuff that you shouldn't put up with when you're in a relationship. And the final nail in the coffin was finding out about, just what was going on behind my back. And obviously I'm not going to go into specifics, but I was a broken man in that photo. Absolutely broken man. I looked in my, and I took that photo, and then I sat down behind, like on the ground right there, and I just cried. And I cried for about an hour. And I just thought, this is the time to make a change. I don't think I've ever experienced a period in my life where my mental health was as bad as it was at that stage. And I didn't have a lot of support around me to get through that. So I essentially had to reach out for help. I had to reach out and speak to a counselor, speak to a psychologist. I went on a mental health plan, and I decided that I was going to turn my life around at that moment and stop eating shit and stop just trying to bury my feelings in food. And because I wanted to be around for my son as well. Like I grew up without a father in my life, and I didn't want to put my son through the same thing, because I love my son dearly. He's everything to me, and I wanted to be there for him, for the rest of my life, and see the major moments in his. I wanted to see him get married. I want to see him, be successful in his life. I don't want to leave him without that. And sometimes it is very hard for me to look at that photo, because I just know what was going through that man's head, and it's hard to remember. It's very hard to remember.
I'm going to be perfectly honest, Tim. I saw that photo today when you sent it to me, and I remember seeing that on Manshake Men, but I did not associate that photo with you. Until you sent it to me today, and I'm like, oh, that was you. I did not even realise that was you, that photo. I've seen that before. I did not realise that was you.
You look completely different, man.
You do, completely. Mm. All right. Lloyd. Where's Lloyd? Where is he? Here he is.
How are we going, guys?
Is this Lloyd? There he is.
Well, yeah. So, when I turned everything around... shortly before, I was going through a pretty rough patch. We were struggling in the business a fair bit, struggling financially, and just had our son, and I was sort of feeling like I was sort of letting the family down, and was spiraling out of control with my weight. We moved from Melbourne to Maryborough, and my weight progressed probably close to 30 kilos in a very short time. Waking up every day just feeling like crap, and it got to a point where I even was looking at my superannuation to think that, well, if I kill myself, that at least my family will be okay to go on. And I got the courage to actually sit down with my wife in bed one night and just very emotional talk, and kind of told her my plan of what I wanted to do. And she pretty much said she'd prefer to be homeless as long as she had Joe and myself in her life. That was all that mattered. So it was from that point I said, okay, well, I'm no longer sweating the small stuff. I'm getting all the negativity out of my life, and just take every day as it comes. And it was probably within 2 days of having that conversation that the Manshake actually popped up on my Facebook page, and I was seeing guys like Ryan Williams, Gary, Tim Jenkins, heap of these guys, and it was showing how much weight they had lost and things like that. And so I decided to jump on the website and read into it, and I was seeing all the testimonials and they just pages and pages of them. Tim was up there. Tim was in there, and I thought, well, what have I got to lose? And sure enough, I jumped on it, and even within a couple of weeks, I just started feeling like I had more energy. I was finally putting some decent stuff into my body. I wasn't starving myself throughout the whole day and then just eating rubbish of a night, just being flat out with work. Some days just not even eating, and that's the worst thing you can do, because your body goes into starvation mode and just stores fat. So I was finally having some good stuff, and I was talking to one of my close mates who was going through depression and things like that at the time. I went to the doctors and I tried antidepressants, which was probably one of the worst weeks of my life. It was horrific, and I did not enjoy antidepressants at all. So I'm not saying that they don't work for other people, but it just didn't work for me. But as soon as I started eating right, going for a walk, putting my headphones on and just escaping from the world for an hour each night, just made a world of difference. And the weight each week was going down and down, and I'm just such a happier, healthier person now. And you know what? Everything around me has become more positive too. Like our business has been doing a lot better, even though with all the COVID stuff that's been happening. But yeah, that's about it.
Heavy stuff, mate. Heavy stuff.
Think,
you know,
I think for us and for a lot of blokes out there, the reason we've done this is obviously for ourselves, but I think family and partners and kids, and I think that's such a big motivator for so much. Like what we do ourselves can be destructive on ourselves, but that affects everyone else around us as well. So I think motivator, firstly do it for yourself, but your family and everyone else that will benefit from it, from you getting healthy, and the impact you can have on other people while getting healthy, it cannot be understated either. Whatever you like, stuff that you do, and it can cause positive change in other people. Like you might not even think about it, you might not even see it, but people are out there are watching. People are out there and noticing you losing weight and getting healthy, and what you do can have an effect on other people, even strangers. Like that's just how it is. So if you,
oh sorry,
no, you're right. Go, Tim.
I was say the really important thing is that we have to normalize conversations like this. You know, we need to make it so this is natural. Like a lot of people might hear this and be like, "Oh, you know, like that's so heavy. That's so," but you know, like. We need to stop thinking like that. We need to think this person had a rough time. They struggled. They went through that adversity and they came out of it. Awesome. You know, like that's really good. These are got to be things that we celebrate instead of shy away from them. That's the problem that we face, is that people don't come forward and speak about the demons that they're suffering from and the internal issues they have because they're afraid of being judged. And we need to remove that judgment from the equation.
Well, if you look at that, like there's 4 people here and all 4 of us have suffered in one way or another, and it's affected us both physically and mentally. And like if that doesn't send a message saying like, you know, 4 out of 4, we're just 4 random blokes that have come together. You know, it's amazing how many people suffer in complete silence. And Ryan Betson, he commented below, mental health and physical health are cyclically linked. When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you want to look good. And I 100% agree with you, man. Like, you know, like as I find that, you know, I've been losing this weight, I've been taking better care of myself and caring a little bit more about how I looked when I go out to the shops. You know, even I started using, you know, cologne again. I just gave up on cologne, you know, like
ooh la la,
deodorant, but
so did I.
You know, like I was just like, oh, it's too expensive. Who am I? You know, I'm not trying to impress anyone, but you know, in the same breath, like I care more about my appearance.
So
That's I absolutely agree with you there. Like I went out, I've never really used aftershave or cologne, and I went out and bought $110 bottle of cologne, which is insane for me to spend that kind of money on something like that. And I just feel so like much more confident wearing it, and just like, no, I smell good and I feel good. Like it's a great feeling.
What scent did you buy?
Yeah, I was going to say, to have a bit of fun. What are you wearing?
Gold. It's gold. It's called Gold, and I can't remember the name. It's like
Nice.
the Rock or something. But
Is it the one that looks like the gold bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So
That's good stuff.
It's a very soft kind of tone. I use old classic Hugo Boss, the classic one.
I use Scent de Jurd. I use Rexona Super Sport.
What's speed stick?
Thought you might have.
Africa. Hey, don't shit on roll-on deodorant. That stuff is the best.
No, you can't. It gets caught. It gets
Yeah,
caught.
but
Oh,
the smell of my speed.
you gotta save your armpit, mate. That's
Thought you might have been on the Sex Panther, Jurd man.
60% of the time works.
Works every time.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
Well, everyone out there, put down
funny.
below, as well as the flavors that you think the culinary bearded knowledge has come up with. Also, put down what aftershaves or colognes you wear, because I'm keen to see what's still in. Should I say? I used to be a big Armani guy. Like I loved Armani Mania and Armani Code. Code was just
Code's good.
Code was super strong. Like you could smell it for days. All right.
No,
sorry,
you're all talking a different language. I don't know any of these mobs.
Jurd just opens his cupboard and it's like roll-on at Lynx Africa, and like that's it. It's like,
Time to musk up.
we're going out tonight, guys. I'm putting on the special stuff. Just sprays the Lynx.
I think I used dupe once. It gave me a headache.
I used to, back in the day, every payday I'd go and buy a new cologne, and I just had hundreds of them.
All
Kid you not.
All right, boys. So we've all got links. We've all used links, no doubt.
Links is great.
Right, yeah.
Oh, you got to use links.
What was your link?
Yeah.
My links was Africa when I was in high school, and I switched to Apollo. They were mint.
I'd accelerate.
Oh, Accelerate.
Blue and red one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff.
That was good. You sprayed that on, and phew, you knew you were getting hit with it. Ooh.
Hey, you had that teenager stink on you. The stank.
Ash, this will impress you, Ash. Accelerate deodorant, cruising down High Street on a Thursday night with the bass cranker, mate. Penrith Macca's, mate.
Doing
In the car
manies.
park.
Doing laps.
Do a mani through Penrith.
Oh my
That's
god!
it.
I remember doing like bloody laps around Orange in my little Holden Commodore, just arm hanging out the window, the music blaring. Oh my god! How did I ever meet a woman?
I had an 89 Chimera. My first car was an 89 Chimera, and the sound system was terrible. I had a sub in the boot, and I had two house speakers about this big laying on the back seat plugged into the stereo. I was so cool.
Amazing.
My first car was a 87 Toyota Camry CSX wagon, red, because red's the fastest. And it had like all these mad like speakers throughout. But the best part of it was it had red neons, and I'm not kidding you, neons in the back, so in the boot of the car, so the whole thing lit up red. I love that car to bits. Blew a head gasket, but I still drove it.
The first car I ever bought was that Holden Commodore, and I literally backed it into a tree, getting out of the lot after I'd bought it. Put a massive din in the boot. I was like, excellent. $3,000 well spent. Like
my first car I bought off my art teacher at high school. I didn't actually have my license. I just bought this car for the backyard.
Trust an art teacher.
Yeah, so it was a Datsun 120Y little wagon. It was all fun and games until there was about 6 of my mates crammed into it, and we drove straight through my next door neighbour's fence.
Oh
no!
And then I sold it for $300.
Oh,
so I made $100 on it.
Oh yeah, wheeling and dealing. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, John Hawkshaw said Krispy Kreme Penrith car park, mate. Lots of memories there.
That was. Yep.
I still get the Supra out there, every so often. You see a white Toyota Supra hooning around the Western Sydney suburbs. Might be me.
I used to have a fuzz machine sticker on my Chimera. Fuzz machine on the bottom, on the windscreen. Oh man.
Bringing back the memories.
Jesus, terrible.
Hey, links.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's gone back. Wow. Nick I had the Skits Mix volume 8 or something.
Yep. Or some CD that you'd gotten from a girl in high school that was like our mixtape.
Yes.
Like,
and it's got all the names of the songs on the front of it, like TLC, No Scrubs, and
Welcome to the OK Boomer podcast.
Who here actually ever used a VCR? I'm just.
Oh, I did.
Absolutely.
My parents
That's how I got
one. My parents one had a cord.
In the morning.
It had a cord for the remote. It wasn't even a cordless remote. Had a cord. You sit on the bench with a cord.
With the big tube TV.
Oh yeah.
My
And you dial up internet. Yeah.
My grandfather, God rest his soul, he losing his eyes, losing his senses a little bit, but he had the old school TV, and the remote was corded, and he had to turn the volume way up, and rather than getting up all the time, so he had this one remote. It was probably about this big, and it had a slider on it for the remote. Like you slide it right up to max volume, where it was just like, well, I forget what movie it is. He sits in front of a giant speaker and is blasting.
Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's the one.
With the yeah. You got to turn it up to 11, hey? Obscure reference.
Did anyone ever have the issue of like trying to use dial-up internet, but mum wanted to use the phone? So as soon as you make a phone call, you couldn't.
Put it down. Put the phone down. Put the phone down, quick. Yeah. Oh, now we're going back. Jesus.
Jeez, I reckon if I heard the sound of a dial-up modem, it would probably make me vomit right now.
I love that sound. I miss that sound.
I love that sound. On the PS1 logo screen. I love that sound.
It's so good.
I think we should open up for a little bit of a Q&A as well, guys.
Yes.
Like, if anyone has any questions that they want to ask us around weight loss, around anything really, why the Broncos are so terrible this year.
Jared in chat, some people won't get this is Spinal Tap reference, mate. It's pretty obscure. Lloyd got it. He's a musician. I got it because I'm a nerd, but some people won't get it. Yes, got any questions, ask them. While we're chatting about that and while we're talking old school, positive change, I wanted to signal out my some of my family, actually, funnily enough. Since seeing me losing all this weight and everything, and they've always been worried about my weight. My dad, mum never talked about it too much. Dad always did, and I always had issues. The only time me and Dad ever had any words when he was alive was over my weight, because he used to worry all the time. And now I know it's from a place of love. Before, I just used to get defensive, and so I regret that he's not around to see me healthy now. So that's one big regret I've got. But this is not long after Dad passed away. That's me and Mum on the left, and we were there having lunch for something, and that's me and Mum at this Christmas. So I've lost heaps. Mum's lost heaps. So we're both. Mum's on the lady shakes. So we're both getting healthy. So that's that. And
good on you, Mum. Man shakes the one.
Thank you, Nana. She's got the kids tonight. Thank you, Nana, if you're out there listening. And my sister, on my Twitch on a Wednesday night, I'm doing a Just Talking health lifestyle stream. I've got some guys from the UK and from America. We're all get together and have a chat, and we share some photos and everything. There's a few of the man shakers were in the other night, and it was great fun. And my sister popped in and shared her photo. She is down 16 kilos from the start of the year on the lady shakes.
That's awesome.
So
good.
If you're out there and you want to, I'll put a little plug in. If you're out there and want to come in on a Wednesday night, if you're not interested in gaming, come in on a Wednesday night to my Twitch, and we just chat. We just sit there and chat. I'm on the set of the office, as you can see. We just sit there and chat. So, Tim, take no offense to that mug. It's not directed at you. Take no offense.
That's a crazy cat lady, isn't it?
That is crazy cat lady. Yep, and she's crazy.
I would just like to. I just sent you a photo that was Christmas 2018 versus Christmas 2019.
Okay, I'll find that. That's probably all those bings. If you're in chat and you could hear this bing, bing, that was Tim. That's okay.
Ryan Betson has thrown us a question, guys. It's a good one. Who has been someone around you that has been a force of positive change when you needed it?
I'm doing behind the scenes stuff.
I seriously thought, am I muted?
I'm busy.
I'd actually say that it would be a lot of the people in my Twitch community. A lot of the people that have become my friends, a couple of my mods. I have a mod named Nitro who has always been there to listen to me when I've had anything going on. I've got a good friend called Bryce who always listens to me as well. And just the regulars that pop in every single afternoon or every night and just are always there. Like those are the people that have been a positive influence in my life, because I'm a bit of a loner. And obviously my son, he's the biggest positive influence in my life. But I've found that a lot of the online connections that I've made with people over social media and through Twitch streaming have all been very positive to me and in my life. So I always know that they have my back if I'm having a shit day.
Yeah, I've my kids are like the number one like positive influence. Like my daughter, like just looking at her and just knowing that I want to be there for all those big moments in her life is a huge influence on me. My missus, she tried everything under the sun to get me to try to start my weight loss and healthy lifestyle change, but it also had a few friends, and I'm not going to name names, but you know who you are. You approached me and you said, "Hey, man, is everything all right? Like we noticed you've kind of gone back," and thank you guys for that one. So
sometimes you need a little bit of tough love. I know it's sensitive, but sometimes you just need a little prod, a little poke.
That photo right there, and anyone who's watched any of my like videos on YouTube, I did a discussion or a podcasty kind of thing with my missus, and I call it Fat Chat. I've talked to people on weight loss journeys, and my missus talks about me and what it was like living with me, and it was very real. I cried throughout the thing, and she said to me that I would have all these moments with my daughter just like that when I was at my biggest, and I would ask her to delete the photo because I hated the way I looked, and all those memories, like other than what's in my head, gone, like erased from existence. And I asked her to take that photo. This is on the weekend at Kieran's son's birthday. Happy birthday, Oliver. And I was like, I liked what I saw, and that was such a huge moment for me. I looked at it, I'm just like, wow, that is awesome. I'm going to keep that one.
I'll go back to that. Sorry, Lloyd. We'll get to you in a second, my friend. Tim sent me a photo to put up. Here it is.
Sorry, I'm going to say that's Christmas 2017 versus 2019.
Yep. Crazy. So Christmas is. I'll put that in my write-up. My big menu, what is that called? The big menu.
The menu.
In my usual write-up that I send to everyone. Christmas is such a good signpost to think about how good you can look at Christmas. If you start now, we've just gone into July, it's 5 months. So, if you start now.
Yeah, just with that picture, I don't think my ex-partner will mind me sharing that, but that's her in 2017 and me, and she also lost 55 kilos herself.
Jeez, wow, so, amazing.
And so I mean, and that was like obviously the last Christmas that's gone. It's just, I look at that photo and I think people can change their life. Anyone can change their life if you really set your goals and set your mind to it. You can really make a big change.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Tim. That really is amazing. But the benefit your son's going to get from you losing weight and his mother losing weight, it's ridiculous. That's crazy. That's awesome.
We've lost we her and I don't we don't talk that much, but between us we've lost 88 kilos.
Ridiculous, mate. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, Lloyd. Positive change, my friend.
Yeah, well, I suppose family, absolutely. My wife, and then like what Ash said, you look at your kids and see how happy they are, and just even tonight, my son was sleeping and we went in. We had to wake him up from a very short nap, and you just see him and you just go, it's just unbelievable feeling, and you want to be there. And then, surprisingly enough, a lot of customers that came into my business were commenting on how well I was doing and looking, and there was always positive feedback. You find that when you with your wife and people that see you every day, they don't see all the changes, but it's the people that you only see every now and then that go, oh wow, oh my god, like, look how far you've come and things like that. So those 2 photos there, they're probably roughly a year apart. And I don't think I ever posted that first one anywhere because my head looks like the size of a watermelon. But but compared to some of the feedback that I used to get at work, I remember taking a piece of cheesecake to an old gentleman at a table, and I sat it down and I said, "Here you go, sir, here's your lemon cheesecake." And he looked at me and goes, "Looks like you've had a few."
Oh, I hate that.
And,
that is the worst.
And I said, "Oh yeah, no, someone's got to try the cakes, don't they?" So, but but no, there has been a lot of positivity with my journey, and in saying that, my dad, he's recently jumped on the man shake. Now he's not a big guy, but he wanted to improve his health and fitness, and my 15-year-old twin brothers have also jumped on the fitness bandwagon, and they've been taking a man shake for their lunch at school. They've been putting a bit of chocolate super greens on their oats of a morning.
Oh yeah.
Breakfast. They're like, oh, it tastes like Cocoa Pops, and they love it.
The kids are silly, Lloyd. They don't realise it's got veggies. They're stupid.
Exactly right.
As kids, they're fools. They're fools.
There's no veggies in it. Stop it.
So they've been really good. And if I could, I just want to give a quick shout out to my dad. He is actually doing a 100K bike ride for autism at the moment, because my son he is on the spectrum, and the fact that he's doing this big bike ride
is that for charity, Lloyd? Is that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Do you want to post a link in chat if anyone?
I will. I might have to send it to you if I can, German. But
oh yeah, I haven't got chat. Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if anyone would like to jump on there and donate, it goes to a great cause.
I don't think it's out of school to say that. I think most people would know someone that has a child that is on the spectrum somewhere. I would think. I don't think that's too far.
It's so more common nowadays. And I think if you think back of going to primary school and things like that, and there was probably like always a weird kid and things like that. And everyone just said, oh, he's just a weird kid. But there's probably chances that he was on the spectrum. And it's something that needs to be more recognised nowadays. Yeah, thank you so much, Dad.
Get that link in there.
Legend. I'll send it through to Jurd, man.
All right, send it through.
Justin Parker, he writes, hey guys, I'm on the man challenge, going okay, and I've lost 3 kilos. Good on you, mate. Congratulations. That's fantastic. I'm worried about over snacking, though. I have fruit, GoPro yogurt, pea chips, etc., but I still struggle with hunger between meals. Should I snack more often or bigger snacks? That's a very good question, Justin. Does anyone want to take this one?
I would actually say, I'd recommend, first of all, maybe try upping your water intake when you feel hungry.
I was going to say that too.
Yeah. When you feel hungry, sometimes it's because your food hasn't digested, and your stomach is tricking you into thinking you are still hungry when you actually might have a full stomach. So if you up your water intake, that can also really help.
Also, keep your mind busy. If you are bored, if you're not doing anything, your brain just goes stupid. It's just like, you know what, let's get something to eat. And like, just keep your mind busy. Like, do anything, listen to a podcast, just get away from sitting still. If you're at work and you're got a really busy role, do exactly what Tim said. Up your water intake, and I think Jurd has also a secret strategy, a secret thing he uses.
Yeah, I did an episode on my YouTube. You can get that at Jurdman on YouTube. I do different episodes of different topics every week. I did a late night snacking episode, which sort of goes hand in hand with that. Liquids will keep you full. If you smash a glass of water or whatever liquid you want, I'm partial to a green tea or a black coffee or whatever. In 20 minutes, you're not going to be really... Hunger can be just habit. Like you can just be used to going to the cupboard and eating. If you keep your mouth busy, and this could be contentious, Tim, we're serious, come on.
Come on, Jurd. We promised not to go there this week.
Well, you've got to fill yourself in the shower and you've got to keep your mouth busy, all right?
What's that young Swedish boy?
And I'm out.
I told the young Swedish boy to come in tonight. He's not here. He should be here, young Swedish boy. Anyway, Eclipse Mints. Now, I know this could be a bit of a ooh, and technically it's breaking a fast because there's calories, but Eclipse Mints, if you're there and you cannot stand, you need something, then smash a couple of mints. Like, seriously, it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to kill you. Have some Eclipse Mints.
Those triple X mints, I used to down those, that and water. But a very good trick for your body as well. Drink a glass of water before you eat your meal, right? So right before you eat, drink a big glass of water. But also, Jurd nailed it before, coffee. Coffee, tea, that kind of stuff. Anything with caffeine on it. Caffeine is a appetite suppressor. So have a coffee, have something that has less calories or no calories, like, black coffee or, green tea or something like that. Get it on your stomach and you'll find that snacking will kind of dissipate.
Yeah, and if you haven't, I do it. I don't know if everyone else does it, but my routine is 2 hourly. So I do the fast, which a lot of you guys probably don't do, but 10 shake, 12 snack, 2 hours. You can get through 2 hours. You can. Keep your mind busy. And then 2 o'clock shake, 4 o'clock snack, 6 o'clock dinner, 2 hours. If you know when and where your calories are coming, you can get through 2 hours. Like, you can, no matter how hungry you are, it's 2 hours. Like, you can get through that. So I think you need to take the guesswork out. Know when you're having your next calories. It really makes a big difference.
You also have to consider as well as what kind of job you work. Like, you might have a job where you're active, so it's okay if you eat extra.
That is true too.
Like and sometimes it's not bad to have a little bit of a snack. Like, it's just that's one of the things that I've always lived by with this whole weight loss challenge is that like, I will eat when I'm hungry. I just don't eat like fucking crazy. That's the knowing when to say, yep, I've had a small snack. That's cool. That's the time. That's the key. I don't know. I was never as regimented as you guys were, like, or seem to have been with your weight loss. I was pretty like just fast and loose with it, to be completely honest. So
it really depends on your body. And
yeah,
it does.
And like, if you're having trouble with snacking, you can adopt those kinds of,
Yeah, so I'd live in the pantry all day. That was my problem. I just live in the pantry. I needed that regimental to train yourself. Now I'm maintaining. In all honesty, I'm going to do an episode on maintaining. I know a lot of people are interested in that, so I'm going to do an episode on maintaining. But I still keep pretty uniform with what I do. But in the afternoon, like, if I'm hungry, I will just go and have another snack. If I'm hungry, I'll have something after dinner. I'll break my fast and have food. Like, I haven't got enough reserves anymore. So, like, if I'm hungry, my body's telling me that I'm actually hungry. I'm not just hungry because of habit. So,
what a tough life. You don't have fat reserves anymore.
I've got plenty of fat. I just haven't got as many reserves. Yeah. So
see, I'm a little bit different with my work. Constantly being just go. I was finding if I added things like frozen banana or oats to my morning shake, that would keep me going longer because I wouldn't get to my next shake until probably after 2 o'clock once the lunch rush had finished at work. Otherwise, I would have a shake ready to go at work, but to kind of stop and have a snack and things like that wasn't always the case. So I always had my big 2 litres of water, try and smash that in between customers when I could, and then 2 o'clock I'd have my shake. But on the days that I knew I was going to be flat out, I'd always add that little bit extra to my shake just to help me power through.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we got another question here from Mr. Brendan James. Great name there, James. I love it. Hey guys, trying to shed some kegs. The shakes are great, and the bars. Question. The question I have. Sorry, I do apologize, guys. I can't English too well. The question I have is, how many beers is too many during the week? It goes on, but yeah, mainly I'd say that's the question. How many beers is during the week?
See, this is with the really tough questions, because that's, once again, is completely subjective to, what your weight goal target is, what your body weight is at the moment, what, like, there's so many external factors in that regards. Like, for me personally, if I might have one beer maybe every now and then. But see, I've never been a big beer drinker myself, so I don't think I can really answer this question. But there are so many variables in that question.
I will say this from a mate's experience, and he would actually drink beer quite frequently. Like every day, every night, it might be a few. And the thing about the Man Shake is that they got it in their title, lose the gut, but not all the beers. So the key word is all, right? You, like all things, you need to have it in moderation and make the right choices around it. There's a time and place to have it. If you drink beer every day, you're not going to get good results. It's going to take you a lot longer. If not, it'll hinder your results and you'll plateau more often and then potentially get discouraged.
Another way you can look at it as well is like if you're drinking beer every day, like
why?
I don't know, why? Like save it for the weekend. It'll taste so much better. It's like me with Coca-Cola. I try not to drink it through the week, and I might have a couple of cans on the weekend, and it tastes so much better. I just see
calories. I see a beer and I think I'd rather have a Man Bar or something. That's just how I see it nowadays.
Oh, I don't know about that, Jurd. I'm a beer drinker myself. Like I will drink maybe about 3, maybe 4 a week, and that would only be on the weekend, and that might be when the footy's on, or a celebration night or some day or something. So I don't have a lot of beers, but I do love the beer, and it's always a low carb beer, like a pure blonde. I haven't had the Big Head Burley.
Burley Big Head. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I've had too pricey for me. But the pure blondes can't go past them. Not with a nice piece of steak. But my advice is just keep it to a minimum if you can. If you need a beer every single day, then you might have some other underlying issues that you might need to have a chat with someone about.
I work in a pub, so what I would suggest doing, if you like a beer and you want to sort of get healthy, then just start moderating it a little bit. If you're a bloke to have a 6-pack a day, cut down to say 3 a day, and just slowly chip away at it. Like if it's something that you want and like and you need, then just slowly minimize. You might get to a point where you are happy just having 1 beer a day or something. Like you just have one after work to decompress with dinner or whatever you want to do. That's still going to be healthier than having a 6-pack. So I think it's
cheaper.
Yeah, you save heaps of money.
Cheaper. Yeah.
So I think it's like anything.
One of the key things for me with weight loss as well was looking at it from a financial point of view. Like I was spending $20 a day on food for lunch and breakfast and lunch, and then eating dinner at home. Like $140 a week, just on food. You save $140 in your pocket and spend on something you might want to do, like outside of eating or outside of drinking. Like you can look at it from that respect as well. Is like I'm saving money. I only have a couple of beers on the weekend. Look how much better off financially I am for just that one little thing.
But in saying that, there's no right and wrong answer. You might be able to have 2 beers a night and still lose a lot of weight. It all comes down to your body and your personal preference. And if you need a beer after work and it's going to keep you on the straight and narrow, bloody well do it, right?
Yeah.
If you start to see your results start to hinder and taper off, and you're not, you want to take it to the next level, then maybe consider ditching that beer. But it's all subjective.
It's a constant evolution. You just slowly change. If you're not happy with what you're doing, then tighten it up a little bit. Like you can't expect not to change anything, and it's not, like we've said, it's not a magic pill. So you need to adjust stuff in your life to get the most benefit you can from the product.
At the end of the day, your own body better than anyone else. Like you wake up in it every morning. You're going to be able to tell if you're going to be able to tell if like something's, something's wrong or not.
I'm not much of a drinker. I used to be when I had a social life, and then I become a business owner and worked pretty much every weekend. I have the occasion, like I'm having one tonight. I've decided lately that on the Man Talk night, I'm actually going to have a beer because I don't usually have a beer, and I think it calms my nerves down a little bit as well. But when I jumped on the Man Shake, I pretty much cut out all my drinking. Like Jurd, it was just calories, and it also, so when you're drinking, like it's not just calories itself, but your body actually goes into a state where it burns the alcohol off in your system before it focuses on burning fat. So it's another thing to think of as well. So if you're having a couple of beers, your body's going, oh, there's this thing in my body. I need to get rid of that before it can focus on starting again and burning fat. So it's just little factors. But like Ash said, like it's all moderation. It's all about just setting little goals and still just enjoying the things that you like doing, just not as much as what you are.
Well, there you go. Man, we have had some really good questions come through.
And also Shane Beasley, how fucking keen is he to win?
Beasley.
Mate, honestly,
Hey, let off some steam, Bennett. Yeah, that's right.
As a reminder, guys, the culinary beard of knowledge over here has come up with a new creation for a blended flavored manshake. He's come up with the Snickers, the Jaffa, a couple others, but he's got one, and it's been a big secret, and it's awesome. He's absolutely nailed it. So we're having a competition. If you guess the right flavor, you throw it out there in the live comments, you get to win a few bags of manshake and man bars, beautifully and wonderfully donated by Mr. Tim right above us. So throw in your guesses, guys, because it's still out there.
I just got a question here from Corey. He says, what do you guys look for in regards to sodium intake? What's a good number to look for in meals? I have to say, I've never actually really looked into my sodium intake.
I'm the same. I've never, that's the one stat couldn't be bothered with, to be honest. I know people with heart problems have to look at sodium, but I've never bothered with sodium.
The one thing that bothered me was my iron intake, because my iron intake wasn't that great. And I was very tired all the time. So I had to look at that. But I've never really focused on sodium. So that's an interesting question. I think for me, like the way I did my weight loss journey was I used an app to work out what my calorie target was each day and my protein target each day. And then I minus 15% from that. And that's what I aimed for. And I was pretty I didn't, if I went a little bit over, I wasn't fast. Or if I came under, I wasn't fast. Like, that's the way I did it. But yeah, that's an interesting question because I've never even considered sodium intake at all.
It's since starting the manshake, I've just been a bit more conscious about the salt that I put on my meals. And I think, do I need salt? Because it's such a force of habit for me to go. And my missus, she says to me, watching you salt your food is like watching one of those guys at the restaurants with the giant shaker. You know, you just like you know.
And that must be so offensive to people who cook food for you.
Yeah,
Like,
what do you think about that, Lloyd? When people put tomato sauce all over their shit.
Oh, sauce and salt. I suppose it's a personal preference. If you're going to have chips, you're either going to pack it full of salt. And like my missus, whenever we would go to KFC, she's like, make sure they put extra salt. I'm like, what? You don't trust their salt?
The KFC is the perfect amount of salt.
Oh, I know, but she has them till they're pretty much just salt paste in your mouth.
That burns your mouth. So much salt on those chips.
She loves it. So no, it is. It's a personal preference. In regards to your processed food with sodium and salt and things like that, you do have to be sort of mindful in a little way. It isn't good to have too much sodium. Most of it is just a preservative. They take the sugar out of things and go, well, we're not going to put sugar in it. We'll put salt in it as a preservative and vice versa. But yeah, it's one of those things.
How does your salt intake go on Escape from Tarkov, Timmy?
Fuck that game.
He gets plenty of salt on that game. Don't worry about that.
Oh, God. Such a good game, but so cool at the same time.
I want to go back to
Shane
beers.
Beasley, I agree with you, mate. Don't talk about KFC around me.
I want to go back to beers for a sec because I've got my boss onto the Lady Shake, and I took this photo the other day at work. I put it up on my Insta. Where is it? There it is. So this is us at work the other day. I'd already drunk my shake, and she was making her shake up. And I said, make your shake up. I said, I'm going to go put it on the bar. I said, it'd be an awesome photo. So I've got the boss into it. So, hey, all is well. We're shaking. We're shaking at work. We're loving it. That's it. Anyway.
Hey, there are some mad flavor suggestions. Like, I hope you're writing some of these down, Lloyd. Like, honestly. Yeah, Benny Cox, I'm licking my lips, mate. Honestly.
I do miss. I don't miss the chicken so much. I do miss the chips from KFC.
See, I miss the chicken.
Stop.
Ash, what is your go-to feed from KFC? Do you want me to go first?
No, I'll go.
Let's go. Let's do it.
My expertise, right? Myself and Ryan Betson were even rapping to each other about KFC the other day.
Mad rap, by the way.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Yes,
DJ Colonel.
Thank you. honestly, it's on my live stream, most recent one. Check it out, my channel. But large zinger box, right? Simon from one of my fat chats, he said, get them to put the pepper mayo from the Twister on the zinger burger, and it makes a world of difference, and it does. So good, large zinger box. And recently, I've been so stoked. My local KFC have been giving me like 5-star meals every time, like, because every time you get a meal, there's always something wrong with it. Like either the chips are not salted, or they're soggy, or the burger is just like, a little tiny piece of chicken, or the wings that you get are like this big, or they're just dry as anything. But the last 2 weeks I've had my celebration meal, absolute unicorn dishes, 5 out of 5, perfect. So keep going.
Let's be honest. The greatest lie that is ever told in today's society is your sauce is in the bag.
Oh yeah. The amount of times you've nearly gone through again. Hey, you forgot my sauce.
My nephew came round today, and he's actually got a job interview for KFC tomorrow. Oh. And the first thing I said to him, as I said, don't forget the sauce. That's all you need to worry about. You'll keep your job forever as long as you don't forget the sauce.
I'm more concerned about the employee discount. Yeah, I'll stop talking about KFC. Sorry, but we had a question a little bit earlier, and I want to hear what you have for KFC, Tim. But I said that we'll answer it, but we haven't got to it yet. Christian, he says, how much oats do you put into the man shake? And that begs a question for me. How many people actually out there put oats in their man shake? Because I don't.
I don't either. I've never done it, but it's something I want to start doing. Yeah,
I do. Yeah. Quite often my breakfast shake, I'll have roughly half a cup of oats, and that's enough just to keep me going till lunchtime. That with some frozen banana. They're both slow release energy sources. So
how do you
carbohydrates?
How does that work, Lloyd? I'm like completely like oats. I think of oats like in the microwave with warm milk and stuff. Like how does it work with the shake? Like,
so have just natural rolled oats. The lower in carbohydrate and sugar and all that jazz that you can get, the better. You can even get protein oats that have got added protein, and I just put it in my shake.
You just dump it in the shake.
Yeah, see, I add protein powder.
You can just have it in your shake, and you'll have like oat flavored shake, or you can blitz it up in a NutriBullet. Okay. So I'll put ice, cold water, half a cup of oats, vanilla man shake, double shot of coffee, and I'm ready to go.
Is it chunky? Like if you don't blitz it, if you don't blitz it though, is it chunky?
It is. Okay. Yeah. It actually tastes really nice when you don't blitz it as well. It's quite pleasant.
Now, Mr. Lloyd, maybe you can tell me a bit, because you're the chef here, but I used to do this before the man shake, and just thinking about the flavors of the man shake, it would actually really be good. Overnight oats. I used to get like, the roll cut oats and put them in with some, protein powder, some, like, I think it was milk or something like that, and some berries and that, and banana. I used to just mix it up, put it in like a mason jar, seal it, put it in the fridge overnight, and then it just all absorb and turn into this beautiful concoction. Do you, can you explain a little bit about what, any good recipes if anyone wants to try that? Or
before the man shake, I've never been one for porridge or oats or anything like that. And I don't even know why I started buying oats and putting oats in my shake, to be honest. I think it was actually, I think there's a couple of like brekkie bowls recipes kind of thing on the man shake recipe page. And I think there's stuff like that in Adam's book as well. Because oats are great. Like, a lot of people steer away from them. They think carbohydrates shouldn't have carbohydrates, but it's not always the case. You just need to know when you're going to have carbohydrates, So I suppose, but like what you said, like that protein, oats, berries, like that's all good stuff for you. As long as the more natural you can go, the better you're putting in. Like, if you know what I mean. Calories aren't always calories. Like you can have the same amount of calories in a KFC burger and have the same amount of calories in a handful of nuts, some berries, banana, oats, all this stuff. And this is always better than that.
Jurd, none of that. I saw that handful of nuts, and he's just like there, like this, like, mate, Jesus.
There's an old joke there. I'm not going to go there, but yeah, I'll leave it.
Two things. Ryan Betson, for the 5 years I spent working at Macca's, I rarely put the sauce in the bag. Ha ha ha. Unfollow me on everything. You are the problem.
Blacklisted. Your name is blacklisted in chat. It's gone.
And second, imagine adding KFC to your man shake.
Don't say that.
Do it. You should do it for a video.
Someone told me I should blend up a Macca's burger and put it in a shake for a video. Who was that? Someone said that.
That's it. Zinger burger, man shake. I'm going to do it. Challenge accepted.
Do it.
All
Caramel
right.
chicken burger.
Not caramel. Look, Betson, you guys seen Breaking Bad, yeah? I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that scene where...
No, I haven't seen Breaking Bad at all.
Yeah. You know the scene where, Saul's right-hand guys, Huel and I forget the other one, they're laying on like this great big stack of money.
That was Bill Burr, the other guy, the comedian Bill Burr. Yeah.
He's my favorite. I imagine Ryan Betson doing that, but with like sweet and sour sauces. You know, I'm just saying.
How many's there? I've lost count.
We need to peer pressure Ash into doing this Zinger Burger shake, and he should do it on his live stream, on his live YouTube stream.
I promise you, I will do it. I will
Sunday
get a
night special.
Zinger Burger.
Sunday night special.
Burger. I'll blend it up. I'll find some sort of protein and do it, and try to make it liquid enough.
You don't need protein. The
It.
chicken is the protein. You're fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're saying Zinger Burger or KFC mancha. I assume I have to add some protein to it, but.
Talking about burgers and things, there's a dumpling place in the city that does cheeseburger dumplings, and they are amazing.
Oh my gosh.
We're falling down a rabbit hole again.
They do lemon meringue dumplings.
Ooh.
They also do apple pie dumplings.
Ooh.
They do all these
like warm
fancy
apple pie?
body dumplings. Yeah. Warm apple
Jurd,
pie,
again.
Jurd, man. Your favourite.
Wait, Jurd, I think you might need to do something after this talk, mate.
Where's that bucket of cold water? Where is it? Somewhere.
I think we should pick a winner.
Okay, we'll pick a winner. Okay, what are we going to do? I know that
Well,
Ash is.
we have had a winner.
I've seen it. I've seen it too, and I think it's Old Mate. That was one of my favourites, I think. Let me have a look. Okay, we'll go to the screen first, and we'll reveal what the flavour is. All right, where the hell was that? It was here. Oh, I love that, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. All right, here we go. Okay, now my fellow crew members will not be able to hear this. You guys out there will, and I will, so they're out of the loop. Anyway, here we go. Lloyd made it, so Lloyd knows what's going on. Standard. Here we go.
Why am I feeling like
congratulations to this week's winner of the Mansour Mystery Flavour Prize. So we put out the question on what flavour creation have I come up with? And the winner was lemon meringue. So, as promised,
Lemon meringue, boys.
I'm going to
Lemon
show you a
meringue.
bit of a demo on how to make this shake.
There you go.
We'll also put the description
Lemon meringue
and
is the new
other in the
flavour,
chat,
and I'm happy to
or probably on
say
the
that
Man Shakes page.
Mr. Shane
And,
Beasley nailed it.
yeah.
Beezy. Got it, Beezy. Birthday cake, Beezy. I'm coming to your house.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Got some fine
I want that.
So
I want to do that. I wish I was inventive.
Coconut.
I don't know how loud this NutriBullet's going to be, so just get ready, chat.
It's not too bad, guys.
Get ready, chat.
High protein, and it's 97% fat free. Really good stuff.
There's that echo.
Roughly a heaped tablespoon of that. Chuck that in.
Okay, talk us through it, Lloyd. Can you talk it through? Tell the boys here what's going on.
So guys, I have added about a cup of ice, around 400 to 500 ml of cold water, depending on how thick you want your shake.
I've muted it, Lloyd, so I've muted it so they can't hear that video now. It's all you, so go for it.
Okay, all right. So what I've added there, I've added ice, cold water. I have added roughly a tablespoon of shredded coconut. a tablespoon of high protein cottage cheese. So it's
okay.
It's 97% fat free.
Okay.
It's pretty decent. It's not that high in calories. Added 2 scoops of the vanilla man shake, and then I zest a lemon, roughly a teaspoon of lemon, into the shake.
Now, here's a question, Lloyd. I don't like lemon.
Yeah.
I don't like any rind at all. Can you use something besides rind?
It's really a different flavour.
Okay.
So if you were to add lemon juice to it, I think the acidity is a little bit too high. You wouldn't. If you're blitzing it up, you're not chewing on pieces of rind or anything like that.
I don't like the rind in the fruitcakes and stuff that you get at Christmas. I hate it.
Oh, no. So what I'm using there is fairly fine. So if you've got a zester or a really fine grater, just use that.
Okay.
And once it blitzes up, you can't even tell. So
you won, Shane. You Beezy. You got it, Beezy.
Shane Beasley, he nailed it fairly early.
Beezy.
He named pretty much every single flavour under the sun. I just want to check, have you muted his
Yeah, I've
video?
muted it. I've just let Lloyd
okay,
talk.
great. Yeah, so some of the best flavours I've seen come from you guys, and I want to call out 2 that stood out to me. I think it was also Shane who suggested avocado.
And chocolate. That'd go all right, wouldn't it?
No, not chocolate, just avocado, he said.
Oh.
But one that I want to get Lloyd on ASAP is the Mcdonald's Hotcakes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I was
Brando.
having a think about this the other day, because I know that you can get sugar-free maple syrup. So sugar-free maple syrup. There's a couple of things. It's like the flavour of whipped butter that I don't know how you would reproduce into something healthy in a shake. But I think if you did probably like ice, vanilla man shake, tiny little bit of cinnamon, and some of the sugar-free maple syrup, you can get it from Coles. There's no calories, no sugar, nothing in it. Nice one, Jurd. I reckon you could almost get that hot cake flavour.
The mad scientist needs to have a tinker in his laboratory.
I just want to have a hot dog flavored.
Limp Bizkit in the hot dog flavored water.
Oh, what a great CD! What a great album.
Why don't you put drain the hot dog juice, the water that you've boiled it in, into a shake?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just put a loaf of bread in there and just blend it up.
Oh, Jesus.
That
Sounds
Have you had any
disgusting.
bread sandwiches? So Shane, we'll be in touch with you to get your deets to organise
so Shane
your prize.
wins. What do you win? You win vanilla, caramel, and some man bars. Perfect, Shane. Perfect. Coming your way, buddy.
None of this.
Good. You're not getting the birthday cake.
I got to come and see Ash. We got to go knock on his door. Got to go see Ash. I've got to make the trip out.
I know that reference. I'm the one who knocks.
Ash is the one who knocks. I need to come and see my good friend out
Well,
there.
I think it's been another great episode,
It's been
guys.
really good. What are we? Okay, so while we're going to start wrapping up next week. Big. Now you thought this giveaway was good, and it was very good because it's got sprinkles, which is amazing. Next week, episode 4. It's a big one. You have to be here or be square. You can win this. Thanks to Manshank, you can win this. Boom. Month's worth of shakes, month's worth of bars, the super greens, and the shaker. You can win all that next week. So
That's huge.
How good's that?
be
have
here.
to
Next
be-
week
Oh,
or is
no,
it the
no,
week after?
next episode, the 20th.
Next episode, which is a fortnight from now, but you have to be
Gotta
here
be
through
here.
the entire stream.
You got to be here.
Good. Ash, Lloyd, you reckon that we can scour our contacts to see if we can get a special guest on the show for the next episode?
Possibly. We do have one man.
Sure.
We do have one person. We have people.
I think we should endeavour to get a special guest on the next episode.
Okay. All right.
Sounds good
Are you
to
gonna,
me.
is that the sizzle you're going to do? Just that sizzle. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. Hey, there could be a special guest. Who knows who? I don't know who Tim's got in mind, but Anything's possible.
I don't have anyone in mind, but I think maybe we can put our heads together and see what we can find.
I'll just see whether Tom Cruise is in town.
Yeah.
Kanye West is looking for supporters.
Does he need more attention? Seriously, gonna run for president. Yeah.
Didn't Kanye West say my only regret in life is that I don't get to see myself in concert?
Yeah, that's my biggest regret.
Just when 2020 can't get any weirder.
Well, there's always a way. Yeah. Did you see today that Hemsworth is going to be Hulk Hogan? Did you see that news?
Yeah, I did see that actually.
He's going to have to bulk.
Oh, as if he does.
No, but Hulk was huge. Hulk was huge. Not Andre the Giant huge, but Hulk was massive unit. Anyway.
Chris Hemsworth is a massive unit.
Well,
have you
he's
seen
probably got a massive
Have
unit.
you seen the Avengers, mate? He's an absolute unit.
I reckon he'd be able to easily do like Hulk in his current shape.
Well, okay. I could do.
Well, why don't you start pumping the weights?
I could do.
Teach him a lesson. No?
Who was that guy? I could do Mankind. I got a bit of the Mankind going on. What was his name?
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley, yes. I could do Mick Foley.
I miss live wrestling.
I used to like Jake the Snake.
Yes.
You couldn't do that nowadays, though.
Ryan Betson, are you still here? Ryan Betson, he's the king of wrestling right here.
I went to Brisbane Expo 88, the World Expo, back when they used to have World Expos because there was no internet. And I got a Hulkamaniac show bag. It was so good. Loved it. Anyway.
Gosh.
That's it.
Let's put our heads together and see if
we'll get a sizzle special guest, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. Disclaimer.
Or a semi-special guest.
Jeez, you're pressure on us now.
All right. So before we go, Tim, what do you got on this week? What's happening this week? You got anything on this week?
Well, as soon as I finish this podcast, I'm about to start streaming some Escape from Tarkov. So on my Twitch channel, which you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of my cam screen, if you want to come and watch.
And
but otherwise, I'm on fucking holidays, so I'm going to be chilling and recovering from dental surgery. So yeah, good times.
And what about your Twitch channel? What special thing can they do on your Twitch channel, Timmy?
They can. Have you heard of Amazon Prime? No. People can drop by, pay $5 a month to me for my entertainment. I just at the moment I'm just trying to up my view count so that I can achieve partnership hopefully in the near future. So if anyone wants to drop by and hang out, I do appreciate it. And I'm just going to be streaming Tarkov. And I have a special event on Saturday at 2 p.m. On the official Rainbow Six Siege ANZ page. I will be part of a charity tournament, taking part, raising money for a charity that has not been disclosed yet. Okay.
Who knew you could be our special guest next week? You're famous. Look.
Right. I love Ryan.
Who's your main in Siege?
In Siege, I am a Thermite, Zofia, and a Echo main.
Ooh, I used to like Fuse, and I used to like doing that on the hostage levels. And I just go and randomly, and they get me in chat. Hostage, no fuse. Hostage, no fuse. It didn't bother me. That's it.
So, I love Ryan Betts' comment. It made me actually laugh. Ryan Betts goes, "I love the decline in the cell." Special guest. Semi-special guest.
Sort of.
We can't sizzle too much. There's too much sizzle.
Ryan, it may be you, Ryan.
It could be you, Ryan.
You don't even know. We might reach out to you, Ryan.
It could be you out there.
He's a super special guest.
Could be you. All right, Lloyd, what do you got on this week? You got anything on this week, Lloyd? What's happening?
No, actually we've got a big, massive 50% off sale at our in our gallery / artwork, giftware, all things like that. Because we're making room for a enterprise centre, which is part of the council. They're actually going to be putting the information centre, setting up things for small business.
That's cool.
In our building. So we're actually clearing out all of our gallery space to do so. So we're having a big sale. So if you want cheap artwork and giftware.
And where would they go to get that, Lloyd?
To the Maryborough Railway Station. So Railway Cafe and Tracks Bar in Maryborough, Victoria. It's about an hour between Ballarat and Bendigo. It's awesome. Bloody New South Wales.
No, you get across that border, mate. Stay over there, please.
Yeah, no, it's locked down, mate. It's locked down.
Can Sam Newman play golf still, or is that shut down again? I know Sam Newman would be pissed off. He wants to play that golf.
Probably.
What do you got on this week, Ash, that fat guy? What's happening?
Oh, just the daily video uploads. Today, I just put up, before the stream, actually, a fat chat with internet celebrity Beatrice Caruso. She has blown up. She's only got like 8 videos out there, but she's got 110,000 subscribers. And,
what? 110,000?
Now, 113, I think, as of today. But,
from 8 videos?
Yeah. She did a Chloe Ting challenge that just kind of blew up, and she's got awesome personality. And we had a chat. Like, I already teed up a fat chat with her before she blew up, so she was kind enough to keep her word to that.
So you're blowing up next week then too?
Who knows? But I hope not.
You have blown up. You have blown up.
I'm just trying to power through this. I don't know whether I'm on a plateau. I don't know what's going on in my body. I've been a bit crook recently, but I haven't been getting good weigh-ins. And I know it's not all about the number that you lose, but weigh-in on Wednesday. Hopefully that gets some decent numbers. Otherwise, Thursday I've got live stream, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, where I just go over comments I've gotten over the last 7 days. And then it's just, daily uploads till the weekend, and Parramatta Eels playing on Sunday.
Yes.
Oh, no. They actually are playing the same time as my General's live stream.
You should do a...
Oh, no.
I know there's a guy on Twitter that live streams him watching me. This is for Stephen Singh out there. He watches Man United play and live streams his reactions to it. You could do that. You could have it on screen over there on mute.
I actually might live stream myself watching the footy. I don't know. People out there, let me know what you want to see me to do. Whether it be blend up a zinger.
Blend up a zinger. When does KFC still sponsor the video ref?
Yeah,
they do.
So first video ref, get the ninja out, blitz up a zinger, and it writes itself, mate.
I don't know. Like, it depends on how much I blow up and if any.
I could not live stream a Bronco game. Oh my god.
They're not showing them on TV anymore.
No,
they're just that horrible. Even the cardboard cutouts left the game.
Cares.
So
no one cares about the Broncos. Come on, Broncos, put some effort in, please. Okay.
Find some ticker, boys.
Me this week, I've got Just Chatting Wednesday night on Twitch, twitch.tv Jurdman. You can get me a few nights a week on Twitch. I'm going to pop in right now after this, actually, and get on Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm replaying that. So I'm going to jump on there. So if you want to see me, the other day I got there and I was like, I'm going to be stealthy. I had this bow and arrow. And then I went to shoot a guy, and for some reason my pistol equipped it, and I shot some random dude, and then everyone was after me. So it's stealth. If you want pure stealth action, Red Dead, come and watch me after this. Spend your Amazon Prime sub at my channel. Beezy's on the Prime now. He loves it. All right, that's it.
Wait, Lloyd, are you going to sing a song?
Yeah, Lloyd, what do you got?
I can sing a song if you want a song.
Right.
We all want a song? Everyone?
Yeah, let's sing a song.
Make sure you put him as the main cam.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah.
All right, before we do it,
have a wonderful night,
thank
everyone.
you everybody for coming into chat.
Thanks, guys.
Brando, to answer your question, this giveaway will be drawn at random next episode. So just be here and you're in the draw. It draws.
You have to be here for the entire thing. So make time in your night. You got to be here.
Got to be here. All right. They've been trying to recover since.
Play smoke on the water.
Christian, they've been trying to recover since Langer left. To be honest, perfectly
We
honest.
weren't Chilly Willy.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Let me get Lloyd up. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Take it easy, guys. Thanks
Love you
for hanging out.
guys. There's nothing you can do about it.
Well, I'm so above you and it's fine to see, but I can't love you anyway. Well, you saw my heart out and I don't mind bleeding any whole time to keep me waiting. Well, I don't love. Well, I got a love that she keeps me waiting. I'm a lonely boy. I'm a lonely boy. Well, I got a love and she keeps me waiting. waiting. Thank you, Andrew. Nice.
Oh man, you got talent. What are you
Lloyd,
doing here?
I
That's
tell
so
you
good,
what.
mate. That's brilliant.
We need to get him a contract. I'm going to go back to the screen for a second. We'll quickly go back here for 1 second. So,
That was a perfect finish. What are you doing?
No,
Joe?
Lloyd. We're going to organise when all this is over. We're going to organise like a live sit around chat. Lloyd's going to cook us all food. He's going to sing us all songs. We're going to have a luau at Lloyd's. So Lloyd.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, actually at Lloyd's. I'm like, what are we doing right now?
We're going to go down to the
Joe.
cafe and have a luau. All right, that's it. Okay, that's all I want to
Are you
say.
paying for the? Are you paying for
I'll bring my bass guitar, Lloyd, and you and I can we'll jam out. Man.
Jam it.
I'll bring my tambourine.
Yeah, I'm slapping the bass.
Slapping the bass. Okay, that's it. All right, take it easy.
Hey, everyone.
See yous. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I love some of you out there. You know who you are. Goodbye.
See ya.